Welcome back to another episode on the Start This Business YouTube channel. This is the My Rental Car Journey mini series, and today we are giving you an update on my very first accident. Of course, I was in an accident myself. It was one of my renters, but I still want to give you guys an update kind of on how this process has been going, because that's a lot of the questions I get the most is what happens if you get in your first accident, who covers it, what happens, how the process goes. So I just want to lay that out to you, give you an update. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, so far it has been very, very stressful. So hopefully by the end of this video, you guys understand how to expedite this and make it a lot more convenient for you. Because again, for my first time, I realized it was a lot stressful kind of doing it the way I did. So after the intro, we're gonna get right into it. All right, let's get it. Welcome back. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. As you guys seen from the intro, we're doing an update for the very first accident I was in. Technically, I wasn't in it myself. Obviously, one of my renters was involved in the accident, and now I'm going through the process of getting everything situated and getting everything fixed to get my car to look like the way it was before it was listed on the platform. Matter of fact, let me put my hood up to this one because this is kind of stressful. So at the end of the day, yes, my car was in an accident. As some of you guys know, even though my car is an accident, I was still allowing it to be rented because it was basically cosmetic. And again, just like I said in my first accident video, like nobody's renting the Nissan's Versa because of cosmetics. Like nobody's like, oh yeah, I want the Nissan Versa because that car looks good. Nobody's doing that. So for a minute, like I was good. However, Turo does give you a time frame in which you need to get the car repaired. So after a while, even though my first renter was renting my car, like she almost didn't want to get it back. And I'm not gonna lie to you, for the whole month of February, if she wanted the car, like she would have took the car for the whole month of February. However, that ran into my deadline. Like Turo saying, like, no, wait a minute. If you don't get the car fixed between such and such time, then whatever we give you or whatever amount we think that this is what it's gonna take to fix the car, that's what you're stuck with. And of course, any amount that they give you or originally give you is not going to be enough to cover the accident. So my options were to take this money, and if I run past my deadline, I'm going to cover it myself. If y'all know me, y'all know I wasn't finna do that. Like that was, to me, that was not even an option. Like me taking care of the accident myself when I had nothing to do with it, I'm not doing that. So I had to get it done within a certain amount of time. So unfortunately, I had to tell my renter who had my car at the time, and she was planning on keeping it for the rest of the month, like, hey, I need the car back because I need to get it fixed real quick. Now, this is where stuff gets a little weird and a little awkward, because honestly, I told her thinking it was only going to take a week. Like, listen, let me get the car back. I just need it for a week. We'll put it in the shop. It's going to get fixed, and then you can go ahead and get it back and rent it out for the rest of the month. Obviously, like that was what everything sounded in my head, like that sounded perfect. But of course, as you know, everything doesn't happen the way that we see it playing out. So what I end up having to do is, so I took the car from her, I would say like beginning of February. Right now it's February 25th. I probably got the car back from her at the very like beginning days of February, take it to the shop. So she turned it in. Thankfully, she turned it in. I took it to the shop. And honestly, like it's been there the entire time, and I think it's getting repaired. However, this is where things get a little crazy. So Turo gives you an amount, like Turo automatically, you send them the information, you tell them, hey, this is what happened to my car, I need to get it fixed. So what Turo does is they got a program called Snapshot. And basically, they just send you an amount of money and say, hey, this is what we're sending you to get your car fixed. Again, because this is my first time, I don't know if that works out for a lot of people in a positive way, but this was my first time, and the amount that they sent me was probably about $700-800 short of what it was actually going to take to repair the car. So of course, okay, y'all sending me this amount, but this is what it's going to take to fix the car. I'm not gonna come out of pocket. I'm not responsible for it. I'm not responsible for the accident. I'm not responsible for the damage. So as far as I know, the reason why I'm paying you guys to take care of these protection plans is so y'all take care of this and I don't have to. So at the end of the day, like Yeah, Turo's gonna send you a check. Like, they will send you a check. They sent that check to me very quickly. Like, almost as soon as I filed a claim, they sent me the check. But of course, Turo was, about $700 short about $700 short of what it's actually going to take to fix it. So my next step was, and Turo says this too, like, hey, if this is not enough, all you gotta do is go to your body shop and they gotta file like something like supplement, any insurance people that are watching this, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have much information on it because I'm not an insurance guru, but it was something they gotta go through basically to say, hey, this is actually how much it's gonna cost us. You need to go ahead and fill in the rest. And again, when I say that, I'm not saying like Turo is not negative against that. Like, Turo will work with them, no doubt. But initially, they're just gonna send you a check straight up and say, hey, this is what we say it's gonna take to get it fixed. And if you don't do nothing about it, then you're stuck with that because Turo gives you a deadline. So for me, for example, I had like 20 days from that time that they gave me the initial check to kind of dispute that and basically say, no, I need more money. That's not enough. So it was hard because the communication, like, I'm the one in the middle and I'm pretty much trying to link my body shop with Turo. I'm in between. Like, you got to play the middleman. And at the end of the day, you got to think about it too, is since you have a deadline, you have to get things done because at the end of the day, Turo can wipe their hands clean and say, well, you didn't get in front of the deadline. This is what we owe you. This is what you're stuck with. So, of course, with me, I'm on the phone trying to get everything taken care of, making sure that I'm not coming to my pocket for nothing. At the end of the day, my objective is to walk away from this whole little situation without coming out of my pocket for anything and without my insurance being notified that I just had an accident based on Turo. Because obviously we know where that's going to go if it goes negative. So we do that. And at the end of the day, I'm like, man, like I'm reaching back and forth. I'm calling the place that has my car, which is Candy Paint Autos. Like, hey, man, what's going on in the car? We have heard nothing for Turo. We've been reaching out. We've been sending emails. We got nothing for Turo. So, of course, what I do is I hit Turo up. I had a point of contact. I'm hitting up like, hey, man, the body shop is reaching out to me and saying, you guys aren't reaching up to them. You guys aren't, giving them the supplement. Which the supplement is basically the difference of what Turo agreed to pay and what the body shop actually needs to repair the car. So that's like the supplemental difference they're referring to. And I'm like, look, like what is going on? Because at the same time, nobody cares about your deadline except you. Like, Turo, at the end of the day, if you don't get taken care of in front of their deadline, hey, they gave you the amount of money, that's what they're going to deal with. The body shop does not give a damn about any of that stuff. Like, it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the body shop wants to get the car taken care of, and they'll get it taken care of when they can. Like, your car is not going to be a priority because it's a Turo car because you have a deadline. They're going to get taken care of when they can. So it's very important. Like, with me, I realized I didn't initially explain that to the body shop. So I had to go back and tell them, like, look, this is what's going on with Turo. I'm on a time frame. At the end of the day, it's not about how fast you get my car back to me. And it's crazy because you don't want to say it like that. And I stepped back because I didn't want to say it like that because I didn't want them to feel like they can take however long they want to fix my car because this is what makes me money. So I really need the car back on the road ASAP. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to say that in the most friendly way possible without, basically just saying, I don't care about the car. Like, look, I need the car back. This is what I have going on. I really need it back. But of course, the two parties need to communicate. So for a while, like, I'm just thinking things are getting done and I'm reaching out to Candy Paint Auto, which is the people that have the car, and say, hey, where are we at with the process? And I'm telling you guys, like, literally like 2 weeks into it, when my car's already been dropped off at the place. My car is already towed over here. I've had it dropped off. Personally, I'm thinking I'm on the way to get my car back, but they're like, nah, we haven't heard anything from Turo yet. Like, we haven't heard, like, this is how much it's going to cost us to fix the car, and this is how much they're giving us, and we haven't heard anything. So we need to figure out what's going on. So it was really just that process of me being the middleman and really just connecting the two parties and really being on top of it. Because I can see if you're not on top of it, like, easily, especially like if this is not your main priority and this is just something that you're doing on the side and you're really not on top of it, I can easily see how so many people would let this go past that due date. But because, again, this is a business and because I got you guys to keep me accountable, this is YouTube, I'm like, look, I need to get this thing fixed ASAP. Like, I need to get this car back on the road. So I was calling them like every couple days, and it's just now, it's the 25th. My deadline was the 28th. So it's February 25th right now. My deadline was February 28th, where Turo said, hey, if you don't get any difference, like if basically what that means is if you have any type of disagreement with the initial payment we gave you, if you don't send us something back before the 28th, this is what you're stuck with. You got to take this. So, of course, I'm already knowing, like, look, that's not enough to fix the car. I need to make sure that they get this taken care of. And sometimes, like, just thinking that they're taking care of it on your behalf without you being involved is not enough. Because today is the 25th, which is a Friday, and we're going into the weekend, and the 28th is going to be a Monday. So today was almost like my last day where I'm like, I need to know exactly what's going on because I need to get this car back. Like at the end of the day, I haven't had my car for 2.5 weeks, and that car was making me money, so we need to get it back. So I talked to them, I talked to the people, basically just laying it out to them like, look, I have until Monday to get all this situated. I need to know exactly what's going on. And, you know, that was probably the magic phone call, which I probably should have did a lot earlier. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I probably should have did a lot earlier because it worked. Just so happens like it got approved. So basically additional work that they needed or the additional funds that they needed to finish the job, Turo went ahead and approved. Again, the process itself, it didn't take a lot for me to get them approved or like to do all these extra things. It's just the process in general took a very long time or longer than I expected because again, you guys seen the accident. Like I thought it would be like a week at the most where they would be taking my car and get it back. Of course, I also had a back order on the headlight for the car, so that's also factoring into the time. But at the end of the day, it was just a lot. I mean, you really just had to stay involved. So that's what I'll probably recommend to anybody watching this channel. If you're ever involved in an accident, like don't just leave it up to them to figure it out. Make sure, and if you're busy like I am, put in your calendar, like just make sure that you have to just stay in contact with them, especially before your deadline. Because once your deadline is up, it's a wrap. So you really want to get all these things taken care of. So for me, I needed to make sure that that difference, again, the difference between what the body shop said they needed to take care of it and what Turo was offering me to, you know, make the payment, I needed to get that difference like taken care of or else I was going to be stuck with it. So before the 28th, that was my objective and that was my goal. If you have a Turo protection plan, whatever your deductible is, you have to pay it, which for me is like $200 or something like that, which is nothing compared to, you know, the damages. And now obviously once I get it fixed, I'm gonna make it. So again, it's kind of like what I said with my expenses. Like I'm taking anything out, any investments, like anything that I've already made and I have to put back into the car, I'm taking that out of my profit. So I'm not coming out of my pocket. So I'm still not negative at the end of the day. Like I'm not negative because I'm using the money that was funded to me. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm in the process. I still don't have the car back. We're looking at, you know, March the 1st. Which is maybe the deadline or maybe the day, but as anybody knows that has any car that's been in any collision or, you know, any type of repair work, like the deadline is, the day they say it's gonna get back, you know, that can always change. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna give you guys another update and when I actually get the car back, I'm gonna show you guys and get an update on that. But right now, just let you guys know for the month of February, yeah, my car has been out of my hands, getting repaired. And I'm honestly telling you guys once again, based on the repair that or the damage, it's taking way longer than it should be. And I really think a lot of it has to do with the process and a lot of it has to do with the way I've handled the process. So my advice would be definitely do not just sit back and think everybody's gonna take care of it for you. If I had to do this all over again, I would make sure that I'm on top of it. I'm not gonna expect them to take care of it for me. Because at the end of the day, you know, they don't have any reason to. You know, if Turo sits back and just lets you go past the deadline, it's in a contract where you have to get it taken care of before the deadline or else it's your responsibility. So Turo has no obligation to you to get it fixed as soon as possible. You have to stay on top of that. So that's where we're at right now. Just give you guys a quick little update. Again, hopefully I have the car back soon. The car was making good money. You guys seen the recaps. You guys seen what it's doing for me. So yes, I want that car back on the road ASAP. So we're going to keep you guys updated as soon as I get the car back. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a quick update on the process, how it's going, and what you guys can do differently. Because again, like I'm learning for my first time that there's definitely, you know, things I could have done differently to get my car fixed a lot quicker. So again, appreciate all y'all watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the channel if I'm finding value or any way that you know that will find value to this channel. All right. Appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on the Start This Business YouTube channel. This is the Mind on the Car. But I felt like I was about to say it so smoothly too, man. What's up, and welcome back to another episode on the Start This Business YouTube channel. This is the Mind on the Car Journey mini series, and but it looks like for the whole month of February, I'm not gonna have my car on the platform. I mean, I had my car on the platform probably for the first couple weeks, but it's really looking like right now because of everything I have to do. So, like, let me rewind it a little backwards.